Arsenal has officially punched their ticket to the Champions League semifinals. Declan Rice is shouting from the rooftops that back-to-back appearances in the Final Four is an incredible achievement for this squad despite a nervy goalless draw at home against Sporting Lisbon. The Gunners are feeling nothing but positivity as they prepare for a massive showdown against Atletico Madrid.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The drama at the Emirates was palpable as Arsenal fought to break down a stubborn Sporting side. With Bukayo Saka sidelined and Mikel Arteta forced into several lineup shuffles, the Gunners struggled to find their rhythm against the Portuguese visitors. It was a tactical grind that tested the nerves of every fan in North London until the final whistle. It was a night of unconvincing football that left critics asking questions about the Gunners' offensive spark. From David Raya looking shaky in goal to the lack of creativity from the midfield, this performance was far from a masterpiece. Even with the aggregate win secured, the spotlight is now turning toward how this team will handle the pressure of the upcoming Premier League title clash against Manchester City. Declan Rice is brushing off the doubters and focusing entirely on the mission ahead, insisting that the noise from the critics means absolutely nothing to this group. With the Premier League title race hitting a fever pitch and a massive European semifinal on the horizon, Arsenal is ready to go to war for every trophy left on the table. If you want to stay in the loop with every twist and turn of this high-stakes season, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to never miss an update. Ever feel like the louder the critics get, the more you have to block out the noise? That is exactly the vibe coming out of the Emirates right now. Arsenal just locked in a spot in the Champions League semifinals after a gritty, if not exactly highlight reel-worthy, 0-0 draw against Sporting Lisbon. Look, the performance wasn't a masterclass, it was a grind. But at the end of the day, they are through on aggregate thanks to that clutch winner from Kai Havertz last week. Declan Rice isn't interested in the armchair experts calling for doom and gloom. He is focused on the fact that this group has gone back-to-back in Europe's biggest competition. Think about that for a second. For a club that has never lifted that trophy, consecutive semi-final runs are a massive statement of intent. But let's get real. The pressure is mounting. With only one win in their last 5 outings across all competitions, including some tough exits in the domestic cups, the atmosphere is tense. Rice is brushing it off, saying, "Who cares what people think?" And frankly, that's the kind of confidence you need heading into a high-stakes weekend. They are staring down a monster showdown against Manchester City this Sunday, a match that could define their entire season. City is lurking just 6 points back with a game in hand, and the Emirates faithful are holding their breath. Rice says the boys will be ready, but are they prepared to silence the doubters once and for all? If you think Arsenal has what it takes to power through this slump and claim the title, smash that like button and let me know your prediction for Sunday in the comments below. In football, history isn't just written. It's earned, and this Sunday, we find out if Arsenal has the grit to rewrite theirs. Is the bottler label finally being put to rest in North London, or did Arsenal just get lucky? Coming off a rough patch of form, including losses to City, Southampton, and Bournemouth, the pressure on Mikel Arteta's side was suffocating as they walked out for this Champions League quarterfinal against Sporting. With injuries sidelining stars like Saka and Odegaard, the Emirates faithful were rightfully anxious. But as we saw, legends aren't just built on talent, they're built on surviving the storm. Even with 81% possession in the opening 10 minutes, Arsenal looked strangely disjointed. Victor Gyökeres was effectively neutralized, and the midfield duo of Rice and Zubimendi found themselves completely stifled by Sporting's tactical discipline. It was gritty, it was tense, and at times, it looked like Arsenal was folding under the weight of their own expectations. We saw David Raya look uncharacteristically shaky, and a backline that had to shift to a 5-man formation just to keep Sporting's threat at bay. Yet, that is the mark of a side that knows how to survive. When the creative spark wasn't there, the game management took over. Sporting dominated the stats and the tempo, but they lacked the killer instinct to break a resilient Arsenal defense that won nearly 60% of their individual duels. Ultimately, grit trumped glamour. By the final whistle, the Gunners had navigated their way to a historic back-to-back Champions League semi-final appearance. the first time they've ever achieved that feat. It wasn't pretty, and it certainly wasn't the dominant display fans might have hoped for, but in knockout football, results are the only currency that matters. What did you think of the performance? Was this a tactical masterclass in defensive resilience or a massive red flag for the rest of the tournament? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the world of football. Remember, in the Champions League, you don't always have to be the best team on the pitch, you just have to be the last one standing. Ever felt like you were watching a movie where the ending was guaranteed, but you still couldn't stop checking your watch? That was Arsenal last night. The Gunners scraped into the Champions League semifinals with a goalless draw against Sporting CP, but let's be real, scraped is the operative word. After a vital win in Lisbon, you expected a statement performance at the Emirates. Instead, we got a masterclass in holding onto a lead by doing, well, almost nothing. It's starting to become a worrying trend. Without their usual set-piece magic, Arsenal's attack looked like a car running on fumes. We're talking 0.28 expected goals in the first half alone. At one point, Sporting even hit the post, leaving the home crowd in a state of nervous silence rather than deafening support. It was a colorless, lifeless display that lacked the creative spark of players like Saka or Odegaard, and honestly, it's a miracle they didn't get punished. Looking at the ratings, it's a mixed bag. David Raya looks shaky, and while Martin Zubimendi anchored the midfield with a solid 7.9, the team lacked that aggressive edge to break lines. Victor Gyökeres was alarmingly quiet against his former side, and Gabriel Martinelli just couldn't find his rhythm, drifting inside when the team desperately needed width. Even late cameos from Trossard, who rattled the post, weren't enough to hide the fact that the Gunners are currently stuck in a creative rut. Sure, a semi-final date with Atletico Madrid is set, and that's going to be a fascinating, gritty chess match. But with a crunch clash against Manchester City looming this weekend, this performance doesn't exactly scream title contender. Mikel Arteta has some serious soul-searching to do before Sunday. Are the Gunners simply managing their energy, or have they lost their swagger? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more tactical analysis. We want to hear from you. Is Arsenal's lack of attacking invention a temporary slump or a sign of deeper trouble? Drop a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. In the world of elite football, noise is just part of the job description, but Declan Rice is choosing to tune it all out. After a tense, goalless stalemate against Sporting CP, Arsenal managed to punch their ticket to a second consecutive Champions League semi-final on aggregate. Now, with the pressure cooker heating up at the Emirates, Rice is making it clear. He's not interested in the critics. Arsenal have hit a bit of a bumpy patch lately, suffering 3 losses in their last 4 outings and stumbling against Bournemouth. It's the kind of form that usually triggers a full-blown media meltdown. Yet, when asked about the frustration of not breaking down Sporting's deep block defense, Rice was refreshingly defiant. He brushed aside the negativity, reminding everyone that this group is still standing tall in the Final Four of Europe's biggest competition. It's a masterclass in blocking out the external chatter. Rice pointed out the tactical reality. Teams are packing their defenses, sitting in 5-4-1 formations, and daring Arsenal to break them down. It's a challenge, sure, but he insists that the only opinions that actually move the needle are those held within the 4 walls of the dressing room. As Arsenal stares down a high-stakes clash with Manchester City and prepares for a massive semi-final against Atletico Madrid, the message is simple: stay focused, stay positive, and keep fighting. It's a roller coaster season, and the Gunners are holding on tight. What do you think? Will this mentality be enough to carry Arsenal to the Premier League title and European glory? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the stories that matter. At the end of the day, when the pressure is at its peak, all that matters is who wants it the most.